Welcome to Pressure Crisp. Today we're going to be making a Philly cheesesteak. Actually, I'm going to say Philly cheesecake. No, we're going to make a Philly cheesesteak pasta in the Ninja FOODI. Okay, come on over. Let's just get started. Thanks. We're going to turn this guy on. We're going to turn it to sear saute. Defaults to high. And we're going to turn it, and we're just going to press start. So while that's warming up for a bit, I do want to go over the list of ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need yellow onion, green pepper, mushrooms, garlic. I'm using shells today, but you can use any type of pasta that you want. Salt, pepper. I'm going to add a bit of cream cheese in there. Worcestershire sauce, beef broth, butter, cheese. I wanted to use provolone, but the only thing I have in the house is Havarti. So it's not going to be as good, but it'll still be tasty. And you're going to pick up a pound of the beef shaved steak, which is used for Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. But we're making a Philly cheesesteak pasta today. So to the Ninja FOODI, we're going to pop in 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to let this melt. Let's go. Oh, what is that? Oh my God, that's a piece of the butter packet. I'll take that out. We don't want that in there. So I open the package. This is about a pound of shaved beef, and I think it's shaved ribeye. So I don't want, because it's sliced like super thin, like steakums. So I am going to take a knife, and we're going to cut the shaved steak up. All right, the butter is starting to sound really, really nice. And what I'm going to go ahead and add first is, I'm going to go ahead and add these mushrooms. This is an 8-ounce package of mushrooms. I'm going to see how many. We might just use half a package. Let me see how many we can get in here. All right, let's coat these mushrooms with this lovely butter. This is a little over half a package, but I would probably only use like a half a package, which would be 4 ounces of these baby bellas. Probably only use, me personally, 4 ounces. But if you're a true mushroom lover, which I'm not, go ahead and add the whole package. So this is 1 green onion. I took the insides out. And you're going to remove the ribs. Somebody told me what it was. I forget who. Thank you very much. You don't have to remove the ribs. I just always do. What I'm going to do is put these like in long, like, let me go over to the mushrooms. I'm just stirring the mushrooms. That's all I'm doing. Finish up these peppers. Then with the onion, I'm going to do the same thing. I want moon shapes, like a crescent moon. And I'm a big believer of season as you go, so I am going to add a little bit of black pepper, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon. Also, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And just give it a stir. All right, they're coming along great. Getting some nice brownage on the shrooms. Now you can either take them out or push them off to the side like I'm doing. I'm adding 2 more tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that butter melt. I'm going to add the onions and peppers now. Going to mix it all up. Now I'm going to sweat these probably, I think probably close to 5 minutes. I'm going to sweat these vegetables. And I'm a big believer of season as you go, so I am going to add a little bit of black pepper, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon. Also, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And just give it a stir. I'm adding like 2 teaspoons of garlic. It's the garlic that's in the jar, and I find it kind of, it's weaker than fresh garlic, so I always add more. If you're using fresh, you can still use the 1 1/2, but a lot of times I just use 1. And we're just going to cook this for 1 minute. So I do have the pound of meat in front of me. I am just going to put some pepper, probably like another 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and a little bit of salt on this. And then we're going to pick it up. Perfect. And we're probably going to cook this for a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, Worcester somebody. Oh, yeah, that smells wonderful. The beef isn't cooked all the way, which is fine. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm shutting off the sear saute. I'm going to take 8 ounces of the shells. Put those on top. And we're going with the 2 cups. I can tell already. So 2 cups of beef broth. You don't want to stir this. You just want to make sure the pasta's kind of like down in the broth. It looks good. We're going to go ahead and put the lid on. Make sure it's set to seal. We're going to, it's on function. We're going to choose pressure high, time. We're bringing it down to 5 minutes, and we're going to hit start. So it's PC'd high, well, pressure crisp. It pressure cooked high for 5 minutes. Now we're going to do a natural release for 5 minutes. That means it's going to count up to 5 minutes, and then we'll do a quick release. Okay, so it's been over 5 minutes. Well, we wanted to do 5 minutes. We're up to 6 minutes now. So now we're going to go up to the top. We're going to do a quick release. Okay, so can you see that? Raise you up just a bit. The tab is dropped. Now we're going to remove the top. Once again, open it away from you and watch out for the dripping water. Just going to take the lid and put it off to the side. Going to take a wooden spoon, give it a stir. So right now I'm going to take some of that cream cheese, stir this cream cheese right into the pasta dish. I'm using Philly cream cheese. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. We're just going to put the 8 ounces. You can use 4 or 8 ounces. I'm not going to be here, so I don't want to put this back in the fridge. Now, provolone works out better in this, but the only thing I have in the house is Havarti. And I am a big believer about using what you have. And I'm just going to, because it still is on the keep warm function. I'm going to go ahead and, I have sliced cheese, but you want to add maybe like 1 to 2 cups of provolone cheese or your cheese of choice. It's up to you. Provolone to me works best with this, just so I can see how we're looking here. Whoops, I didn't realize you couldn't see that well. I'm just gonna give this a quick taste test. Curious to see. Ooh, this is good. I'm trying to think what it needs. A little bit more pepper, not much. Salt. I'm making this for my father, so I am gonna add a little bit more salt. Most people would not add more salt. And he loves Worcestershire, so I'm just gonna go and put in like a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, because I know he will enjoy that. Beautiful. Now, hindsight, I probably, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is the first time I'm actually making this. So hindsight's always 20/20. I would probably only use 1 3/4 cup of water, because this is a little bit too, it's a little bit too runny for me. And I think the provolone would be better in here. The Havarti and cream cheese works, but I think provolone would have been better. And it's, like I said, it's a little too soupy, but it is tasty. I would definitely make this one again. Let's do that taste test. Look. It doesn't look the greatest, and I don't have any parsley in the house. I have cilantro because I'm making fish and shrimp tacos, but I have no parsley. So this is like real life. Not everybody has parsley in the house to make it look all pretty. However, as long as it tastes good, that's what matters. So let me take a piece of pasta. Let me grab a piece of pasta. The peppers and onions are like disintegrated. Look. This is really good. I like this better than the, what did I make just an hour ago? Oh, I like this better than the cheeseburger pasta. It has more flavor, I think, because of the onions and peppers and everything else. Yeah, and maybe the mushrooms too, like a little bit of mushrooms. If you love mushrooms, throw the whole package in. I don't, but I'm not even eating this. I'm just taste testing it. But this is actually something I would actually make again. Provolone would be best, but the only thing I had in the house was Havarti. Could you put cheddar in here? You could if you wanted to. because I know some Philly cheesesteak sandwiches actually use that Cheese Whiz or the Velveeta stuff. They put that on it too. But provolone is the best on a, provolone is the best on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It's just my personal opinion. Everybody's taste buds and everybody is different. We all have to remember that. I don't really like mushrooms that much. I put some in, adds a bit of flavor. But would I put mushrooms on mine? No. I would do onions and peppers and that's it. But I didn't make this for myself. I made it for my father downstairs, which I'm going to pop down and give it to him. Yeah. So, if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and stay tuned for more Ninja Foodie videos. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate all of you. Thanks.